This is my current first aid kit for my get home bag. It fits really well alongside my snake bite kit into this saw pouch, and that is made to ride on my pack. But I've got some other items that I want to add, and this pouch is just full plumb to the gills. So I'm looking at either a second, did I call that a pouch? Hard case. I'm looking at a second hard case the same size, or I'm looking at moving to a larger hard case. And the more I look at it, I think I'm going to go with the two. And two is one and one is none. I get to divide the stuff up, and what I'll do is I'll put the real first aid type stuff in one and still have it on the dummy cord in the pouch they'll ride on the outside of the pack or on my gear. And then the second one will have secondary type stuff that doesn't have to be immediately accessible, such as, maybe most of the little micro towel toilet papers and stuff like that. Some of the things I'm adding some sunscreen, more blister relief, and some monkey butt. If you are not familiar with anti-monkey butt powder, this is some great stuff. Made in Buda, Texas, and I have used it, and it is really good stuff. You can get it at Tractor Supply if you don't live in Texas. And I know a little bit about spending a lot of time in a canoe. Done a couple of long-distance canoe races, and the second worst part of a long-distance canoe race, which is what my get-home plan is, the second worst part is the chafing and the blistering. The first is the dehydration and heat exhaustion. So I am doing my best to really make sure I'm ready for that. All right, so I have it divvied up, and basically in this hard case, I'm going to put immediate first aid and my stuff I have to get to all the time. And then over here it's going to be more of a resupply and stuff that I have some time to get to. I keep the aspirin here, the ibuprofen, and the Tylenol here. I'm a big fan of aspirin. I've split up my Boudreaux's butt paste. I've split up my monkey butt powder. Some of the stuff like the antibiotic, I'm not in a rush to get to that. My micro towels will go over here. My tape over here in the immediate stuff. Of course, I'm going to have my oversized boo-boo kit, my dressings for any kind of emergency. And this is a very different kind of first aid kit to my thinking. I don't expect to be fighting anybody. This is where I'm not going to be dealing with trauma as much as I'm going to be dealing with rash, blisters, sunburn, possibly snake bite, rash again. I mean, if you've ever spent a lot of time in a canoe or a lot of time wet, you understand what I mean. So that's the kind of first aid that revolves around this. It's very important to take care of any rubbing, whether it be in your hands, wearing gloves, your groin area, staying wet all the time. You just need to take care of yourself, because I tell you what, if you've ever hiked with a blister on your foot, that's the same thing in a canoe. It can just make it miserable, and it can really impede your progress. So that's what I've decided to do. I'm going to break my first aid into two containers, primary and secondary, and they'll go in two different parts of my get home kit.